Brian asked Jordan if he's ever asked Heidi if he could have a threesome with Lauren.
Ew.
Is this what all young guys talk about?
Do you guys just go play basketball and think about having threesomes with your girl and her friends?
Have you, like with your girlfriends, ever asked about having threesomes with like their best friend? That's weird.
Definitely
That's
not.
Weird.
I'll take no for 200, Alex.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Millennial TeaV. If you are new here, we are your hosts, Adrian, Candace, and Liz, and today we are going to talk about The Hills Season 1, Episode 2, titled A Change of Plans. If you're brand new to our pod, we've covered Seasons 1 to 3 of Laguna Beach, so please go check those out if you're interested. Please follow us on Instagram at Millennial TeaV for polls and fashions that we post of the show, and just to let us know what you think. Maybe you agreed with something we said, and maybe you don't. Let us know. But before we get on to the episode, we are pop culture girlies at heart, so let's talk about some pop culture. So for today's pop culture, it's just Liz and I covering pop culture, but Candace will be back later in the episode so you can hear her lovely voice. But I was contemplating covering the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni lawsuits that are going on because every time either side puts out like evidence and information, I'm like, oh, that side is right. I am team Justin or Blake. And then every time the other side puts out stuff, I'm like, oh, that dirty lying, so and so.
Yes.
But because it's like so widely talked about and there's so many good like YouTube videos by lawyers like detailing that stuff, I feel like I wanted to talk about something else that I feel like didn't really hit the headlines very widely. And so Stephen Boss, who everyone knew as Twitch, was a super lovable, kind, like amazing human being that everyone loved. And if you don't know him, he was a dancer and danced on the Ellen Show for many years, but he got his start, at least in the industry or in media, on So You Think You Can Dance as a contestant. And he was married to Allison Holker, who he met on So You Think You Can Dance many, many years ago. And they have 3 kids together. The oldest one is Allison's from a previous relationship. Now, Twitch tragically took his own life in December 2022, and it was rumored at the time that he was found with drugs in his system. And at that time, like, it was such a impactful moment, I feel like, because even on my social feed, like, everyone was like so sad because everyone loved how happy and uplifting and positive Twitch was. And everyone was just so devastated to learn about this news. And there was just a lot of like outpouring of love and support to Allison and the family because she lost such a positive person in their life.
Very unexpected. One of those like people who you would never think something was going on like that.
Totally. Like it gave me such a shock too.
Yeah.
And I followed them on Instagram and they always posted like videos of them dancing, hip hop, like just any sort of cute little dance routine. And it was really, really uplifting to see their videos, especially during the COVID times, because it was just so positive, like a little 20-second clip of people spreading positivity.
Yeah.
And now fast forward to January 2025, Allison is releasing a book. And she is getting majorly flamed by his friends, family, and fans. So in this book, Allison shares some intimate details about Twitch's life that people are like really looking at her sideways at because she talked about how she found out that Twitch was an addict and had a history of drug abuse. And then she also shared that she found out that Twitch was essayed when he was younger. And she only found this out by going through his journals that he kept like in a closet somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
And the toxicology report that was produced when he passed showed that he didn't actually have anything in his system when he passed. So for her to out that he was, like had a history of drug abuse was interesting.
Yeah.
And then for her to share something about him and his, what happened to him when he was younger, when he never even shared it with her when he was alive. Like that's really in poor taste. And people are really, really angry at her for that because she can share her story and how, let's say if she found out that he was an addict, how it affected her at the time when he was alive. And maybe there was a lot of secrecy and stuff like that. That must be difficult, but don't be sharing secrets that he never said to anybody.
Yeah, there's like no reason to share that, especially if it was like in his private journal and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
that's messed up.
it's nasty.
Yeah.
So his mother has since come out to say that the family is appalled by the misleading and hurtful claims that she's made of their son. And many dancers on So You Think You Can Dance and many of their friends have come out to condemn Allison's actions, not only after Twitch's passing, but Allison's old manager actually wrote something on Instagram about how they had to put up with so much disrespect and evil stuff for over a decade because of him and should
Oh.
have dropped her as a client. So basically implying she's been who she is, like, she's shown her true colors like all over the years, and it's people have been putting up with her because of how much they love Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
So his passing is obviously super tragic, and it just goes to show that like he was such a symbol of like happiness, like he was a beacon of light, but
Mm-hmm.
people could be struggling and just put up a really good front and you would never even know about that. But did you hear the story, Liz, and what'd you think of it?
I hadn't heard about it at all until you said that this is what you were going to talk about. So I did look into it a little bit because, yeah, I knew who he was and I was just as surprised as everybody else when it happened. But it's one of those like weird like things because I could understand if she was wanting to like spread awareness or like try to be relatable to people who might have gone through a similar situation. But I think what she decided to share is like very inappropriate and unnecessary. So it's kind of like, what was her motive there? Like, why did she even, I don't know.
Money to sell her book,
Is she making money off of the book?
I'm sure.
Okay. Because I saw one thing that said the money was going to go to charities, but also that his family was upset because they wouldn't be getting like any sort of residuals off of
Mm.
it either. So that's like, I don't know. It's just really messed up all around.
I love them together. Like I've been following them and I'm just like they're just such a perfect couple because they all of course they always put on a happy face. But
Yeah.
now to be hearing that like all of their close friends and family are saying that she's not that
Hmm.
person, like she's been sort of mean and rude over the years. I don't like. I
It's
don't like
very
what's going on.
disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other part is that when they had his funeral, she actually made everyone sign NDAs just to
Mhm.
attend the funeral, which
Mm.
is weird, right? You don't make friends and family sign like an NDA.
Well, I did read that she had people sign NDAs because like his family wanted to have like a open like a viewing and she didn't want that. And so instead she was like, I'm gonna have a viewing just for like close people, like close family, and it's gonna be like brief. And she made them sign NDAs for that because she didn't want to risk anyone taking a picture and then leaking it online. So
Mhm.
like I understand that. Like
That's
that
fair.
totally makes sense. But if she made everyone sign one just to like be there in the, like in the audience, like that's weird.
Yeah.
Like why?
I agree. Like you don't want anyone taking a picture and potentially like for that to be out.
Yeah.
But just that action and then everything that's happened since doesn't look good.
Feels really icky.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what else continues to happen
Mhm.
because initially, like, there was just a lot of love and support for her, but the tides have turned a little bit with the release of this book. So
Yeah, I wonder if anybody else will come out like saying stuff about her that she's done, or I wonder if his family will try to like come out with their side of the story, like, here's our own memoir sort of thing. Like
totally,
interesting to see what they do.
for sure. But yeah, I know we just talked like a whole thing about this story, but I hope it just serves as a reminder because, like I said, like people could be struggling. They don't want to put it out there. So let's just all take this as a reminder to check on our friends and family from time to time because
Yes.
you never know when someone might need a friend.
It's true. It's very important.
So let's move on to our episode now. On our previously on, Lauren says that her new life in LA was awesome. She is living in an awesome apartment with her best friend Heidi, and she even has an internship at Teen Vogue. She talks about her first big job, which was to work at a big, amazing party hosted by Teen Vogue that Heidi, womp womp, decided to crash. And now it was on Lauren to explain it to her boss, Lisa Love, dot, dot, dot.
Yeah, I love these previously ons because why are they so sophisticated though comparatively to Laguna Beach? Like they're adult, okay? And
It's like adult problems, you know?
yes. And I did laugh because she said Heidi did what she wanted when she wanted. And this line screams bad girl, but really Heidi is just kind of ditzy and clueless.
Yeah.
It's like, I almost feel bad for her. She was definitely a small town girl with big city dreams, you know? But like, it just made her seem so much worse than she actually is. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, my one note for that was just the way she says Heidi. Like, you know,
She's exhausted of her already.
So disappointed in her already. Yeah.
I mean, Heidi's pretty exhausting.
She is.
She's so high energy. Which I have been around like people like that, and I'm just like, how do you have so much energy? Like, I wish I had more of that.
Gosh.
I like so wish I had energy at all, honestly. I am such a tired girly that I'm looking at these like 20 somethings and I'm like, you're going to
Were
school,
we like that, you
you're
think?
working. I don't think so. I can't even imagine it. Like, I'm so tired. But then I do think back to like, you know, I was working and I did have a full-time job and I was still going out at night and like, you know, in my 20s, could never do that now. God, I remember there were times where I would work like a night shift at the restaurant and then I would go out after and still have school in the morning and like have an essay to write still and I would write them like drunk.
Crazy.
Yeah. Like still drunk from the night out. I would go home and write my essays and then go be at class at like 9 a.m.
Oh my God.
That's insane.
I know. I could never. Like 30-year-old Candace could never.
She's learned the ways. So in this first scene, we have Lauren and Heidi, and they're in one of their bedrooms. I think it ends up being Heidi's bedroom that we're looking at. And Heidi's asking for style advice from Lauren, who is on this like huge queen or king size bed. And all I could think about was like, holy, my first bed was like a little single bed. Yeah. I only recently got a queen because I moved in with my boyfriend. Like, oh my God. If getting a queen at that time, I would have died.
Dude, I am still sleeping on a full. Like, I don't.
It's enough space to spread, you know?
Yeah, like, I'm like, it's just enough. It's fine.
But Lauren tells her that the shirt or skirt, I couldn't tell what she was saying or holding up, but like she said it was a little short for her taste. And then Heidi tells her that they have different definitions of short. Lauren tells Heidi that she got scolded at Teen Vogue because her friends showed up to the party. Heidi tells her, okay, let's make it a rule that I'm not going to come crash your parties. And Lauren is like so passive aggressive in this scene because she's pissed.
But she's acting like it's like cool, but like not. Yeah. But it's like really not cool.
Trying to lay the boundaries with Heidi, but still being like, I'm your best friend. Like, it's okay. Yeah. But I would be so pissed if this happened.
Oh my gosh, so pissed.
I don't think I would be passive aggressive. I'd just be like, stop fucking around, guys.
Yeah.
But again, maybe adult us. Maybe young us would have been like.
Exactly. Yeah. They're 19. It's like.
Yeah.
And then Heidi goes, but you didn't get fired, right? Yeah. Like, that somehow makes it better because she didn't get fired. I'm like, oh, Heidi. But I will say, Lauren, chef's kiss on the outfit this scene.
So cute.
The chunky necklace, the tube top, the cropped capri jeans.
Yes.
Literally that style, the cropped capri jeans look so good on her, and on me it would be hideous and childish. But capris are not it on me, but they're so cute on her.
I feel like when capris were popular, they were so cool. But now if you look at someone wearing capris, you're like, that is so ugly.
It's so weird how fashions change. But have you been into like a Target or a Walmart lately? Because it is all 90s, 2000s fashion back. It's insane.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Yes. Like Walmart, I was there the other day. And I walked past the clothing section and I was literally like, wore that in high school. That too. Like, you know, like it was crazy. It's crazy how fashions change. But did you guys also notice that green wall behind Lauren? It was just one green wall, like painted green.
I didn't.
No.
It was like an accent wall and I loved the color green that it was. My sister's whole bedroom was that color growing up. And I loved it. And she also had flowers intertwined on her headboard of her bed. And I think she had that in Laguna too, but I
thought this was Heidi's room.
Is it Heidi's?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. That's why I was like, I don't know if it's Heidi or Lauren's room. I couldn't tell.
Maybe it is Heidi's, but whoever's room it is, I love the green wall.
This screams, by the way, you're like, Lauren had a green accent wall, so I got a green accent wall.
No, I didn't have the wall. My sister's room was green. And
you would have if you could have.
Yeah. Her theme was like those weird little cherub angels.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she had like a little decorative plate. She had like a clock. She was a weirdo.
That's one of those things where like you see those in the store and I'm always like, who buys those?
My sister.
It's like,
I know.
There you go.
She still has stuff from her room growing up, like in her house. And I see it and I'm like, ew. Because my sister and I, if you're new to the pod, my sister and I are 14 years apart. And we shared a bedroom for years until she moved out. But it was really just her room and I slept in it. And so I had no say on like the decor or anything. So I just lived in this room with these like nasty little cherub angels staring down at me for like 13 years. Okay. And I still see them when I go to my sister's house. I know. And I was at her house for Thanksgiving and I go, oh, you still have them? And she goes, yeah, I'm leaving them to you in my will.
Oh, gosh.
Like, I don't want
them. It's
them.
so funny that her, as like a young person, liked them.
Yeah,
she
it's
loves
such
them.
A grandma thing.
I know. It was like her thing. I don't know.
Candace's sister.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
sorry. Everybody has their thing. It's okay.
That was her thing she liked, and that was the theme of her bedroom, and it was all cherry wood. I remember it was like had to be cherry wood bedroom furniture.
So funny.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, yeah, she was very particular, and it was like, she's gonna kill me. It was like a puke green. Heidi's wall or Lauren's wall was much cuter, but hers was like puke green. And when she moved out, I immediately changed the walls. It was the best day of my life. I finally got my own
You're
room.
like the next day. It had to go.
Yeah.
Well, my dad was like, okay, what color do you want it? And I was like, blue. And so it was sky blue. And then we moved and I was like, I want it lavender. I mean, choosing the color of your room was a big deal back then.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yes.
Well, back to more fashionable things. We are back in the closet at the Teen Vogue offices with Lauren and Whitney. And Lauren looks so chic in this. She's like wearing cute oversized glasses on her head, pin straight hair, like a pearl necklace, and a super cute white top with like a huge bow in the front.
Yes.
With
so
jeans.
Freaking cute. That
So
bow.
cute.
So cute.
I'm dying. The pearl necklace. I'm dying. Top tier.
And Whitney looks pretty chic too because she has like a black, it's not like a tank, but it's like has sleeves, big and puffy, and like her jeans were dark, and they just look so good. We have so many fashion moments on the hills, like every single time.
Every scene. Almost,
Whitney's outfit is much more what I would have worn to an office job at that age.
So professional.
Tank tops are not office fashion, but she sure does look good in it. But,
yes.
You know, I wouldn't call that office fashion, but you know.
Yeah. She
Lauren,
came from Laguna. That's why.
Yes.
They talk about the party, and Whitney said that no one said anything to her about letting Heidi and company in. And Lauren said that they shouldn't have come. And then Lauren says that Lisa came over to talk to her at the party, but they haven't talked since. And Whitney says she's a little scary.
She's a lot scary.
Yeah. And you notice that Whitney is beginning to like fulfill her role as the ultimate recapper. Because this is what Whitney does throughout the show. She just goes, so how was last night?
Yeah.
So how's Brody? So how's Heidi? Like literally that is Whitney's job, is to ask Lauren about her life at work.
Totally.
But if you think about it, with your work bestie, like you do have that kind of vibe. So it makes sense.
Like they do that for you and you do that for them too.
Absolutely. And I do. I'm like, how was your weekend? What did you do? You know what I mean? Like I do that. So it makes sense. But it's just funny that like every single time it's, so what happened at the club last night? You know? Like,
Then next, we get a classic Laguna Beach scene of the boys playing basketball, like sports again. Duh.
Yeah, I have boys doing sports. How original.
Exact same formula. And Brian talks about Jordan and Heidi's fight at the party and how they get super jealous of each other. Jordan says it's because she's all over everybody, but then Brian says he thinks that she's just super friendly with everyone. And then Brian asks a really odd question. He asks Jordan if he's ever asked Heidi if he could have a threesome with Lauren.
Ew.
I
know. Like, what?
Is this what all young guys talk about?
Do you guys just go play basketball and think about having threesomes with your girl and her friends?
Have you, as girls, like with your girlfriends, ever asked about having threesomes with like their best friend? That's weird.
Definitely
That's
not.
weird.
I'll take no for 200, Alex.
Yeah.
That's a hard no.
But I do like that Jordan doesn't seem skeezy. Like, he wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to. He was just kind of like,
okay. It didn't give Jason's
Not
conversations with his
No.
friends. I will say it was a
Correct.
little bit better than that. But at the same time, it was just like, really, we haven't like matured at all.
Exactly.
Like,
Zero.
we're not in high school.
so icky. Yeah.
We're not in high school anymore. We graduated
Wasn't too long
LVHS, okay?
And then it ends when Brian tells Jordan he's in Hollywood now. He's not in North Carolina.
Because so many people in Hollywood are having threesomes.
I know. Like, who's having threesomes?
Now, back in the closet again. We're spending a lot of time in this Teen Vogue closet, I noticed. Blaine comes in and pulls Lauren into Lisa's office. Stressful music plays as Lauren sighs down the hall into Lisa Love's office. Lisa closes the door and she asks to hear about the party from Lauren's side, and Lauren could not look more scared. She's like terrified.
And she's so like this. She did not handle this situation well. Like, she's very
This conversation or at the party?
just both. Like, I just feel like she doesn't handle it well. Even at the party when she's like, she starts naming everybody.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that was bad.
you know, like, and then
so
like
bad.
she just is not giving like, you know, you try to cover for yourself a little bit, and I feel like she just had no capacity to do that.
Yeah.
This whole conversation was weird.
She was trying to play it off with like as if she were talking to a friend, but it's like, that is no peer, that is your boss.
That's your boss.
I still like I know we talked about it last episode, but I'm still just cracking up over who are all these people. And she's like, that's Heidi.
Yeah.
And that's Audrina.
And her being like, they fight all the time, but they're fine now. See?
Yeah, but they're
fine.
They just got into a fight, but they fight all the time. It's fine. Like, oh my God.
So Lisa tells her that her friends' behaviors were not good. They were quite drunk and had a fight. And then she asks them how they got in, and good girl Lauren says she doesn't know.
Totally applaud her for that.
Yes. Lisa says she really doesn't approve alcohol or substance abuse, and she asks Lauren to remember that she's representing them now that she's working at Teen Vogue. She has to behave.
This was such a lackluster reprimand for what actually happened. I was like, ream her, like, get into it, you know?
What?
But like,
You guys.
I didn't. Okay, like I obviously want her to get off. Like, I don't want her to get in trouble, but at the same time, I wanted her to get in trouble.
I was surprised at how not, I don't know, she kind of had the attitude more of like, I'm so disappointed in you, rather than like, you're in trouble, which is almost worse, I think.
I know.
Of like feeling like you let your boss down big time. So
but like, she really showed her true colors as a friend here, because I'm not that good of a friend.
would you have outed
No,
Whitney?
you know
Well,
what though?
Whitney was at the door, if you know what I mean.
You know why that would not have worked? Because Whitney would have turned right around and been like, you asked me to let them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And it was really Lauren's fault, because she did ask.
yes.
Yeah.
And so, like, I see that, but like, I'm just not that good of a friend.
You would have sang like a canary.
Listen, everybody knows this about me. I do not handle getting in trouble very well. So like, anytime I was ever called into the office I'm immediately saying your name. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm immediately crying. I'm immediately saying your name. Do not have me bury a body with you, because when the cops ask me, I'm going to say it was you.
That's me too.
And I think I told this story before in the earlier seasons, but one time my friend ran away to my other friend's house and told me, she was like, do not say anything. And I was like, okay. And her mom called me and I panicked. And I was like, I don't know, but I think she might be at this house, you know, like wink, wink. And she brought the cops to my house and made me tell the cops. And then my friend was mad at me. And I was like, listen, I was not getting arrested for you. Like,
Yeah, the cops are
I mean,
here.
the
Like,
cops coming, that's a big deal.
I'm like
Yeah.
14. I
That's
can't go to
scary.
jail right now.
Like they would have arrested you for lying to them.
Like, I can't go to jail for you. I told them where you were. So yeah, I'm just not that friend. Like, don't count on me in that situation because I'm singing like a freaking canary. I cannot go to jail.
Lisa might be proud of that because then she is an honest worker out of you.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, God. I'm like the snitch. I'm really not. Like, I won't do it unprovoked. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, if I'm in trouble,
there's like levels, right? Like, it's got to be like,
Mm-hmm.
if it's going to be really bad, you're like, I'm not taking the fall for this alone.
Right.
You're coming down with me, okay?
There's
Yes.
levels. Like, for the most part, I can keep a secret, okay? But like,
yes.
if there's cops involved, or if I'm gonna get like something on my permanent record,
Oh
yo
my
girl
God.
is gonna sing.
Of course. You'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yeah. So not that good of a friend. I'd be like, am I getting fired? Okay, then it was Whitney.
So Lisa Love then tells Lauren that she's going to New York next week for Fashion Week, and then she tells her to behave. And then Lauren goes back into the closet, and then she gives Whitney a recap of their conversation. And then she tells Whitney about how Lisa was pressing in on who let them in. And Whitney is equally scared. You know, she doesn't know Lauren that well yet, so she could easily have thrown her under the bus.
That's the other thing. They didn't know each other very well.
Yeah, they'd like
No.
just met.
So that's the other thing. Like, I ain't going down for you.
Yeah.
I barely know you.
But this goes to show, though, that these two girls are nice girls.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are. Yeah.
And that's probably why they got along so well. They really looked out for each other. And then ultimately, Lauren says, no, it's Heidi's fault. It's neither of our faults.
Yes, Lauren, it is Heidi's fault.
So we all know that this is like MTV produced, everything that she did at Teen Vogue. But Lauren really does look so bummed here at how, like, you know, she upset the boss and how upset she was in herself. And God, Whitney looks so angelic and beautiful every time I see her.
My
love
note was
her.
Whitney's hair looks so cute in this scene.
Oh my gosh, she looks like an angel. I don't know if it's the shade of blonde in her hair. She
and her
looks
skin,
beautiful.
everything.
Yes.
You guys really love Whitney.
I know.
So much.
I can take your leave, Whitney, but you guys are like, you guys are so, she's an angel.
She's tall. She's got that blonde
like
hair.
glowing.
Yes.
Okay, this is bad, but every time I think of Whitney, all I can think about is her falling on Good Morning America.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
I hope that ends up being your episode. I don't know what it is yet, but that would be hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, it is an iconic moment.
Then we go to the next scene and see Heidi at the pool calling Audrina, who's working at Coyote Studios. And they talk about what they want to do tonight. And they're like, let's go to this new club called LAX. That's literally the scene, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I love, okay, Heidi keeps calling Audrina at work, having these like mindless conversations. And I'm like, this is not appropriate.
I know. I thought the same thing. But it seems like she's not busy, so I guess it's all right.
I mean,
And she's calling their company number, like not even her cell phone.
Yeah.
I know. She looks good in that bikini that she's wearing, though, and her hair looks amazing in this scene.
Heidi looks really cute.
Audrina's job, like, it was legit. I looked it up, and like this studio, they're still open. Like, they're still a working studio in LA, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think because that was her job, like, prior to getting scouted.
Yes,
so I think they must have been, like, fine with her filming there.
It's such a good, like, if you want to be a model, actor, whatever, like, being an assistant at one of these studios, it's perfect.
Yep.
And it's, like, 9 to 5, so you can still go out at night.
Exactly. And you got weekends off, yeah.
Was it at 9 to 6, she said?
Oh, yeah, 9 to 6, yeah.
Good hour lunch break, probably.
Yeah. Then at night, we see the gang, Lauren, Heidi, Audrina, Brian, and Jordan walking down the street to go to LAX. What a cool name, by the way. I know this is like the airport, but like very cute club name.
Yeah.
But did you guys see the business casual clubbing 2000s look on both Lauren and Audrina?
Yes. They were all dressed really odd because I think it's really cold because they're all huddled together and Jordan has a toque on.
Yeah.
But Heidi's in just like a white halter, like no jacket. So she's like, I'm looking cute tonight.
Listen, beauty is pain.
But you're right. Lauren's in a full-on blazer.
Yes. So what I always laugh at in Pennsylvania is that if you go to like this state college area, you go there at night, you see all the girls, and even if it's like 2 degrees outside, they're wearing short skirts, tank tops, like you know, like hot bar club outfits, and I'm like, I'm wearing like a whole like huge puffer jacket and like snow boots, and these girls, I'm like, dude, I could not do it. I could not do it. I'm so glad that when I was going out, I lived in California where it was warm,
gosh, yeah,
because I could not handle being slutty in 2-degree weather.
It was a difficult time, okay? I live in Vancouver. It's freezing. And we would never, like, you would have to stand in line to get in. And you could probably pay the bouncer to get in, but our poor asses were not going to do that. So we were like freezing out there. You know, the only thing that kept us warm, we would bring like vodka in plastic water bottles and like sip it in line. Yes. And that was the only thing that kept us warm.
Wow, you're hardcore, Adrian. That's great. That's amazing.
It's cold, Candace, okay?
I know. Dude, more power to you, because every time I see those girls, I'm like, oh God, they're going to get hypothermia. Like, they look so cold. Like, I want to offer them a jacket. Like, oh, it's rough. Like, and I remember, like, there were some cold nights. I mean, not like, you know, Pennsylvania cold, but there were some cold nights where we would go out, and even that was rough, and it was like California cold. So I can't imagine. Oh my God. But the blazers were everything. Like, I remember when I used to wear literally like a white colored shirt out. Like, that was hot. I know. And then you'd like unbutton it so you had like a lot of cleavage up top. And like, now it's like, what am I going to an interview? Like, what? Like, what the hell?
Interview.
I know.
Well, Jordan's dressed just like a Gen Zer because he's in a hoodie. But Brian, he's in like a preppy blue-green, like Argyle. I don't know how you describe that, but like that sweater, which I'm like, and then Audrina is in a red tight jacket. And I'm like, what is this like mismatched, weird-looking crew coming down the street? It's so random.
Welcome to 2012. Or when did this show air? When was the
like
premiere date?
2007, maybe.
Season 1
2006
premiere date.
I don't know.
Okay. May 2006. Yeah, welcome to 2006.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, then we get the first glimpse of a guy manning the door, and who is it? None other than Brent Bolthouse. And we don't get an intro to him quite yet, but it is coming. It is coming. It is coming.
Wait, is he manning the door?
Yeah, he's like standing outside. I think he's probably the one with like the guest list.
Oh, I didn't
realize
notice
that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that was him.
That's
Oh,
funny.
interesting. Yeah.
So inside, Jordan and Heidi are bopping to the music. Brian is telling Audrina about his audition tomorrow. And I just kept thinking, I'm like, this is so LA. Like, it's what I imagine LA people to be like. And they're seated at a table with drinks, Grey Goose and all. And I'm like, damn, no wonder my idea of going clubbing was so skewed. I thought I would get a seat at the club instead of like standing in my painful heels all night, but only on the hills.
No, yeah, we're not getting Grey Goose. We're getting like shitty
Smirnoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever your well vodka is,
Yes.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Or I've literally been like, your cheapest vodka. Thank you.
I'm like, and you can do like a half pour because I only have $12.
Yeah.
Is there a tab open? I'm with them. Yeah, the moment I found out how expensive it is to buy drinks out, I was like, how do people do this? And then someone told me that it's because you need to get guys to buy you drinks.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, is that the plan here? Is that the loophole? We're not spending our own money.
So I love that, except for the part after they buy you the drinks, because I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I'm running. I'm running.
There's expectations.
Yeah. So that was always super awkward. And I always wanted to get a table for like my birthday or something at the club. I've never done that because it's like $3,000 on one
It's
night. Like it's too
insanely
much.
expensive.
With like table service and everything, you mean?
Yes, I had friends in university doing that. Obviously, kids with like really rich, like international parents. That I was so happy to be sitting at their table.
Of
but
course.
I'm like, I could never.
I only sat at somebody's table service table once. It was like we bought tickets to like a New Year's Eve party at a club or a bar. And no, it was a club. But we went and we sat down at their service, and for a little bit nobody noticed, and then they were like, "Who the hell are you?" So we left. But that was fun while it lasted. And then one time, my very first time actually going out in public to drink, after I turned 21, I wore this like fitted dress that I got from Target that was like, I thought I was so hot in it. And
You probably were.
I think that I was pretty cute, because this guy came up and he bought me and my whole table drinks because he said I looked so good in my dress.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, the whole
And
table.
I know, and I had a boyfriend at the time too, and I told him that, and he was like, "It's good."
Wow.
I know. I was like,
That's awesome.
"You can
My
come
gosh.
spend your money on me anytime you want." But yeah, I had like 6 friends with me, and he bought us all drinks.
That is the best feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was awesome. He was like, "You just look really good in that dress," and I just really wanted to buy you guys drinks. They were the most disgusting drinks ever, though. It was called a pink poodle.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah, it was a specialty drink at this bar, and it was literally like cake vodka
Ooh.
with grenadine and whipped cream.
How was that?
And let me tell you, it was not great coming back
I'm
up.
already disgusted.
I know. Like, it was fine while I was drinking it, but when it came back up later, it was not great.
Oh.
Yeah. So if anybody's from downtown San Jose in California, you know the Wagon Wheel is where we went, and they have the pink poodle. I don't suggest it.
So they all notice that Heidi's gone and she's talking to a guy. And then Heidi runs back to the table and tells him that she has an interview with Brent Bolthouse, who runs a company that runs celebrity parties and does all of that. And then Jordan's first question to her was, is he single? And Heidi's like really trying to get them to be excited for her because she like this really is her dream job, and she's talked to like the guy, but all of them are kind of like pooping on her and just being like, are you sure? Like, what are you doing?
So if her job at Bolthouse wasn't real, which we now know, right, that it wasn't a real job, Heidi has said that multiple times. What was this whole scene then?
Yeah, I have questions about that later in the episode too. When she gets so excited, I'm like, this seems real.
Yeah.
I'm like, unless she's a really good actor,
yes,
like, it seems real.
I think that MTV probably knew that they were setting this up, but I feel
she didn't know.
Like Heidi is genuinely excited for this job.
Maybe when she started, she realized,
I'm not getting to do anything.
Yeah, this isn't really real.
That's true. That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think she's that good of an actress, so that can't be it.
Yeah.
Like she really thinks that she's here to get this event planning job.
Yeah. So I was like, well, maybe she genuinely had an interview, but they just didn't want to actually hire her. But then MTV was like, can we work something out? You know, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
But then again, Brent was so over the top during that interview that I gotta believe he was acting a little bit. But
so Poopy Lauren, and okay, I'm gonna call her that because like throughout this entire Hills show, the dynamic between Heidi and Lauren is very much like Heidi being very excited about her life or about something that she wants to do, and Lauren's just kind of like raining on her parade.
Okay. But, and this comes up later, if you move to LA with somebody to go to school with them,
I don't think it's wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think that Lauren's wrong, but it is just very much the dynamic between the both of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree. I just think that, like, I would also be like, are you freaking kidding me?
I would, yes.
Yeah. Like, I would be so upset.
I would be too. But Lauren asks her what time she's going home tonight, and Heidi tells her 2. And then Lauren reminds her that they have school tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then Heidi's like partying around, and then Lauren's just like stank eyes staring at her the whole time. And then she's like, I'm going home then. Heidi doesn't hear her, and it's the funniest little clip if you clip just this part, and Heidi's screaming like, yeah, 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 yeah. And the scene just ends with Lauren staring at Heidi in disgust.
Well, I will say, I felt bad for Lauren because she just wants to go home and get some good sleep for school in the morning. But I do appreciate her trying to do that without embarrassing Heidi and coming off as a mom. Because she kind of gently asks her, what time are you going home? You know what I mean?
This is
Instead
the
of
best
like,
she can do.
Yes, instead of like, we need to go home. She's like, what time are you planning on going home? And then even Heidi's like, 2. She's like, you're going to leave it too? Like, are you sure? Like, you know? So I appreciated her not like being embarrassing and being like, we need to go home now. Like, because that would be annoying and just extra. You know what I mean?
This is at the very beginning of this dynamic, so I'm sure it turned into something else.
Oh, yeah. It definitely does, but I was like, oh, that was actually really, like, subtle and, like, nice.
Yeah, it was very subtle. Then the next day, we see Lauren calling Heidi to get up, and we have Heidi and Jordan laying in a bed with, like, bottles of water in hand, chugging water for dear life so that they can get over their hangovers, and I don't know how, but Lauren and Heidi both wake up and get ready for FIDM, and they like show up looking great. So I don't know if this was the same day or what, but
Heidi's jeans are insane. They're so ugly.
What?
I don't remember.
I hated them. They have like a weird like patchwork happening. I hated them.
Oh, I thought they were so cute.
No, I hated them.
So Lauren is in a gray top and jeans, big black bag, and then with a ponytail and oversized sunglasses again. Perfect. And Heidi's in a cute green top with a very low back, very fashion, with a little Louis Vuitton bag and jeans. And before they even get to class, Heidi says that she's already ready to ditch class. Lauren's like, seriously?
No, she goes, you can't ditch your first class. And Heidi goes, why? And she goes, really, Heidi? Like, you can't ditch your first class. Why? I can't.
Then they go to class and we see Lauren in class, but we don't see Heidi. So it's kind of weird because I feel like it could have totally been filmed on a different day, this clip of Lauren going to class. Mm-hmm. So just weird little edit that they had there. Mm-hmm. Then we see a clip of Brian and Jordan waking up super hungover, and I'm a bit confused because Jordan was just in Heidi's bed. So
yeah, that's
I don't know
weird.
if this was a different day, but Brian tells Jordan that he wants the 4 of them to hang out. Jordan, Heidi, Audrina, Brian. So Brian's obviously trying to get with Audrina. And Jordan says that Heidi's the supreme person to hook up with because she hooks his friends up with other girls. Back at FIDM, Heidi walks with her cute little LV bag to the courtyard outside, and she calls Audrina, and then she tells her that Brian's interested in her. And Audrina's face is so funny because she's like, ugh, really? Yeah. But then she says, he seems kind of sweet and funny. And I'm like, what? That's not what your face just said.
I actually think it's kind of cute that Heidi plays wingwoman for Brian.
It's nice if you try once.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But I liked that. I laughed whenever he was like, I'm just going to be like, Heidi, that one. And like send her off. Like, thought it was cute.
Well, and Heidi would totally be that girl to be like, okay, hey
yeah,
girl, what's up?
I know.
She enjoys it.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to get an Audrina and Brian like setup date soon. So I guess we'll have to see in the next episode. Then we're in the student lounge and Heidi is on her laptop working or nope, she's playing Spider Solitaire.
That's so funny.
Okay, top tier me. I love it.
I miss the days where we played solitaire. We don't pull it up as often on our computers today, but like in the 2000s, you had Minesweeper.
Yeah.
You had Solitaire, Spider Solitaire.
You had pinball.
Yes.
Pinball. Yes, I loved pinball.
And that was all we had, guys. And then we get shots of Lauren finishing class and meeting Heidi in the student lounge. And this lounge, by the way, is super cool. They have like outdoor cool looking lounges inside, but with like a little swivel desk for
They
a
all
laptop.
have laptops on them, like their school laptops.
Yes. It's
like
awesome.
What?
I know those chairs looked so comfy.
And the lounge looked new.
It did.
And Lauren has a big brown bag for like a school bag that is super cute.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember when backpacks like stopped being cool? Like real
Oh,
backpacks?
yes.
Yeah, so I had many a shoulder bag
Mm-hmm.
that all
too.
my books got stuffed into.
And do you have shoulder pain today?
Yes. My mom was always like, you're going to need a chiropractor.
Same.
Like, how are you carrying all your books? I'm like, it's fine. It's fashion.
Yeah. And these big shoulder bags, I feel like, are coming back.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Because, like, the little crossbody bags were big for, like, such a long time. And now I feel like these big shoulder bags are coming back.
Yeah. I just remember, like, if you had a regular backpack that went on your back, you were, like, a loser.
Oh, yeah.
Like, ew, you're still using a JanSport? Okay.
I never switched over to the shoulder bag. But I was very aware that I'm like, ugh, I hate this fucking backpack. I'm like, I'm such a loser.
It was all big purses and shoulder bags. Like, it just was not, like, you were not cool if you had a regular backpack.
In high school, there was like a big Aritzia tote that girls would carry around as their backpacks. And it was like huge. Like, it's like an overnight, like, weekender bag. But that was like the cool bag to carry to school. I never had one, but I always wanted one.
Do you know those bags that were like silver or gold and they had like little dangly tassels on them, but they were shiny? They were really popular. It was like Hannah Montana would wear them.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'll have to post a picture of one because they're really popular. But I had one. My friend actually gave it to me. She was moving, and I always loved her bag. And she was like, "I'm giving this to you to remember me by." And she gave it to me. I know. And like,
was it silver or gold?
Yeah, it was silver. We had a class together, and I cherished that bag. I wore it to school every single day. I thought I was like the coolest. I know. And all my bags, all my books fit in them. I loved it. And then I don't know what happened to it after that, but but I loved those bags, and they were super popular in the 2000s. Some of them were like purple, like really like awkward loud colors, but mine was silver. And thank you, Tiana Walker. She probably doesn't listen to this, but if she ever did, Tiana Walker, I freaking loved that bag, and I missed you when you moved.
Aww. So Lauren asks Heidi how her first day went, and Heidi says that she didn't finish. She just walked out. She missed her art class because she couldn't find it, you guys.
I don't believe that.
I think she didn't try very hard.
Yeah, I don't think she tried to go at all.
Lauren's low-key disappointed, and she tries to encourage her and says that she should give it more than a day. And Heidi's like, okay, I will. But she's so over it already.
She's like, no, I will.
Yeah.
I will.
And then Lauren, the good girl, says that she's got to go to work. And then we get Heidi saying, I'm ready for a nap. Then we get Heidi and Jordan at a cafe on a date. And he says he's really tired from last night. And Heidi gives him a look. And now we know that they were having sex all night. Thank you, Jordan.
But she can really rock a jean miniskirt. She was so cute.
Oh, yeah.
I miss this Heidi.
Me too.
I know.
But
Heidi says she's worn out from school, and she says that she gets a feeling that she's not meant to do school right now. She says that if she gets the Bolt House job, that's what she'd be going to school for anyway. And Heidi says that Lauren doesn't understand that Heidi isn't meant to do what Lauren's meant to do. And then Jordan gives the best boyfriend advice and tells her, just quit. Don't persevere, Heidi. You didn't move here all the way from, Colorado for nothing. You didn't come here to fashion school to fit them. Just quit. Just quit.
Great boyfriend. So supportive.
Then at the apartment again, Heidi asks Lauren for an outfit opinion. And Lauren's like, do you care what you look like?
She's all, I wear sweats to school.
Yeah. Well, she mumbled something about I thought she said, who wears sweats to school?
No, I think she said, I wear sweats to school. Like, do you care what you look like? I wear sweats to school.
See, I thought she was saying, why would you wear sweats to school?
I swear she said she wore them. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
It was unclear.
But I do know that she dresses really normally when she goes to school. Because my freshman English teacher, Jane Martin, she had a friend who went to FITM with Lauren. and would see her in classes, and she said that she was
wow.
so normal. I know. She used to tell me this in class, and I was like dying because,
Yeah.
But yeah, she was so normal and would literally wear like sweats and a hoodie. Obviously, when she wasn't filming.
Probably trying to stay low key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I was like, oh my God, how cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Heidi tells her, I'm not going to school. I'm going to that interview at Bolt House. And then she tells Lauren that if she gets this job, she's not going back to school, like, ever. Lauren's like, you mean for a semester? And Heidi says, a period. I'm not going back. And Lauren is pissed. Lauren is pissed. And Heidi tries to explain to her that she's getting her dream job anyway. And if it doesn't work out, she could just go back to school after that. And then Lauren says she thought that they were moving here to go to school together. And she does, at the end, though, tell Heidi that if you think this opportunity won't come by again, you should go for it.
When did Heidi like change her mind on what she wanted to do? Or did she never want to do fashion and she just used it as a reason to like be on the show and live with Lauren?
It really seems like Lauren's hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And is very
confusing.
confused. So it's hard to figure out what's real and what's not on this show. Honestly, it really is, because I mean, is Lauren really that good of an actor? Like she,
No.
I think she's hearing it for the first time, and I think it's actually annoying and heartbreaking. Like,
I think so too.
Okay,
but you did move. I get it. She has an opportunity, but you did move here together to go to school together. And this stuff's happened to people. They just choose different paths in life. I think it was hard for Lauren to accept that, and she didn't have a lot of respect for what Heidi wanted to do. So I think that their friendship was like always doomed.
Yeah.
Just based on their personalities.
They were in very different places in life. And I think Heidi was a super fun friend to have when she was still in Laguna. But now that she wants to like be an adult and have a career and go to school, I mean, it must have been very hard to continue going to school when everyone around you is wasted till 3 a.m. every night.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe their friendship wouldn't have
disintegrated.
Maybe it wouldn't have happened disintegrated if they wouldn't have been living together too. I don't know.
For sure.
That makes such a huge difference.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't have been so entwined with the Spencer situation when it happened.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So
wouldn't have been so consuming.
Yeah.
I feel like Heidi probably wanted to do fashion. Like she met Lauren, I think they were in like San Fran going to like fashion or art school, whatever. But coming to LA and going to so many nightclubs and parties, she's like, I could get a job in like nightlife and this is awesome. So she pivoted very quickly. And as an adult now, her thing saying like, if this doesn't work out, I can always go back to school. It's so true. Like this opportunity only comes by like once in a lifetime.
It is. But I don't know. I always wish that I had like stuck it out. I was going to school and then I started working and I decided that money was better and I wanted more hours. Once you leave, it is really hard to go back. So like, I get it. And most people who say they're going back don't.
Yeah.
So I get where Lauren's coming from too. But it is true. You do have the opportunity to go back. That is there.
And they were so young still, too.
Yeah. God, it's so hard to graduate and you've been working really hard at school for however long. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, more school.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Well, then we are back in the Teen Vogue closet, I feel like for the third time now. And Lauren tells Whitney about how they went to LAX and Heidi met Brent Bolthouse and she's going in for an interview today. Lauren tells Whitney that Heidi isn't the best at interviews. She says that when you're in an interview, you're supposed to lie. For example, if someone asks you, what is your biggest flaw? You make it a positive flaw, like, I can't not finish something. But if you asked Heidi what her biggest flaw was, she'd say, I don't really go to school. I don't really finish stuff. And then she tells Whitney about how Heidi is going for the interview today. And Whitney says, hopefully it's a positive thing. And Lauren says, let's see if she even gets the job.
You guys.
Did you like that?
Yes, I loved it.
Think.
I think it's a positive think. I can't.
I really loved Lauren's look in this scene.
Yes,
too.
I have that written
Pink
down.
and white. top and her low ponytail.
And
like
the little pink ballet flats she had on. They were so
Everything.
cute.
Yes.
And the little tie on the bottom of the shirt. Did you see that? It was like, just.
I love that shirt.
I didn't notice her outfit at all. I just noticed how bitter her energy was.
Okay. I know. I did have Lauren is not being the most supportive friend right now.
Yeah.
But she's also not lying. So.
Also, that question now in an interview of like, what's your biggest flaw? You're like not supposed to answer it in a positive, I feel like.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Back then, yes, but not anymore.
Yeah, they actually want to hear like what you think your flaw is, which is like.
And how you've worked on it to like make it like better.
I never know what to say. What do you guys say?
Okay, so like if it's not detrimental to your job, you can be like, you know what? I'm really nervous at presentations. It's something that used to like give me a lot of anxiety, but I take Toastmasters, I practice, I like prep a lot of stuff, and now I'm getting better. I feel less nervous.
That's a good answer. I haven't had an interview in like such a long time like that. And so like I feel like my last thing would have been like I have to say something that turns into a positive.
That was like at the time, but don't say that anymore.
No, I feel like it would have been like, oh, like sometimes I don't understand something being explained to me at first and then I ask questions and, you know, or
that's
like
a good one.
Or like I'm a visual learner instead of a, you know, things like that. I don't know. Yeah.
I've said before, I'm kind of type A and I like things done a certain way. So I've had to adjust to groups and working in a group because I'm very particular, which is true. I have like a very set way of doing things and I like to do them a certain way. And if somebody comes along and wants to do it differently, I'm like, why? I'm like a gremlin, you know? I'm like, I do it this way. So I say that, but I don't know. It's hard to know what you're supposed to say.
It's so hard.
Pick something that's not like core to the job that you're applying for, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
And then next thing we see is cute little Heidi strutting down the street into her interview. She has like a cute white cowl neck tank top with jeans and like boots on. She has her hair up in a twisted bun and her little LV bag again. And then we're in Brent Bolthouse Productions. And the executive assistant asks if Brent is ready for Heidi. And he could not look any more unenthusiastic when he's like, sure. And he's like typing away at his computer.
Also, but can we talk about the fact that Heidi's wearing jeans to an interview?
Yes.
That wasn't really alarming to me. I don't know why.
It's not corporate, I feel like.
No.
Which is why I felt like it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. And a shirt that you can see her bra through.
Could you?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't notice that.
Yeah, you could see her bra through it. And I wasn't a huge fan of the boots.
Oh my God, Candace. I thought this was the cutest outfit I've ever seen.
I know. I saw that you said that. I was like, oh no.
Okay, we're polling this one.
The outfit itself was not bad. I would not wear it to an interview. And I did hate the boots, but the outfit was okay.
I don't know. I feel like for event planning.
Maybe.
And nightclub event planning, it might be okay.
Was Brent wearing jeans?
I think he was.
Then maybe it's okay. I mean, he also looks like he's been up doing coke all night, so.
He really does.
I was like, he looks a little rough.
So Heidi walks in and tells him she loves his office, trying to butter him up already. And he's like, hi.
Let me finish this email.
Yeah.
She tells him that she's nervous, and he actually softens and tells her not to worry. He asks her why she thinks she should work here, and she says that she's very hardworking, and she goes the extra mile. He tells her that he needs an assistant and doesn't like drama, and Heidi's like, it's like 10 full seconds before she goes, yeah, that's good to hear. Then back in the Teen Vogue closet, Lauren gets a call from Heidi, who's all excited to tell her that she got the job. And Lauren is so sarcastic. And she's just like, no, you didn't. And Heidi's just gushing. She's so happy on the other end. And Lauren's like, that's awesome. Congratulations, Heidi.
Lauren is so disappointed Heidi got the job.
Oh my God. And Heidi truly is like, she is young, she is naive, and she's excited about how she's getting paid for a lunch break, you guys, a lunch break. And Lauren's like, wow, a real lunch break.
I know. I felt bad for her when she said that, because like, just be
I
a
did
little
too.
excited.
Be a little, yeah.
Like, you know,
She was never excited for her. She was
No.
raining on her parade to begin
Yeah.
with. And Heidi's like, I'm only 19. I have my dream job. And Lauren's like, good for you. What could go wrong?
Asshole. I'd be like, screw you. I'm calling my boyfriend.
I know.
Yeah.
Then Heidi tells her about how she starts on Monday, and I can't tell if this is MTV's cut.
I think so.
But Lauren just slams her phone shut, her flip phone. She flips it shut.
I said, I love how they make it look like Lauren hung up on her. I don't think that happened. That's a little extra.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
But Heidi's on the other side going like, Lauren?
I know, but I think that was staged.
Are you sure?
Yeah. 100%. I think that whole thing was staged.
Could fool me, man.
She said Lauren like 10 times. That was staged.
We need to get a producer on the show.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like,
one of the things
because
I would
think
love to
about
ask.
that. You think somebody hung up on you on accident, you'd be like, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd hang up and call her back. You know what I mean? You wouldn't just like assume she hung up on you.
True. I mean, she could have also like looked at the phone and seen that the call was ended.
Yeah, like it was just weird.
Yeah.
There's that too, yeah.
Okay, I hope that's it. But Lauren is in the closet singing Fashion School Dropout. No graduation day for you. And oh my God, yeah. This entire episode is just the dynamic between their relationship, and it's definitely why their relationship ended up the way it did.
Yep.
Because Heidi is carefree. She's Delulu, some would call her.
Yes.
And Lauren's just more uptight and mature for her age, so they just clashed in like every way.
Yeah. Again, it was a doomed friendship from the very beginning, unfortunately.
I wonder, so I heard that Heidi met Lauren when they were in San Fran, and she had already known that Laguna Beach season 1 had come out. So she definitely was like, I'm making Lauren my friend.
Yeah.
I wonder if this friendship would have ever happened if Lauren was never on Laguna Beach.
I don't know.
We'll never know. But did you guys have any favorite outfits?
I really loved that pink shirt and the pink ballet flats.
That was mine too. And her hair in that scene too. The super low pony. I used to do my hair like that all the time.
Super cute.
And mine is Heidi's outfit to the interview. I literally could not stop thinking about this outfit, you guys.
Stop it.
I looked
right
at it
now.
and I was like, her hair is so cute. I'm going to do it for one of these episodes that we record video on. It is so cute.
Oh my
I love
God.
Please do it. Please do the outfit.
And you got to do the low pony.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Oh my God, you guys. I also loved the chunky necklace and tube top at the beginning.
Yes, that was a good one too.
Did you guys have any favorite moments?
I just like my favorite quote is you can't ditch your first class. Why? Heidi, really?
How about you, Liz?
You know, I didn't have like a single moment that like stood out to me. It was kind of just, gosh, it's like we're only on the second episode, so it's like everything.
I know.
Everything's
I
so
know.
new and so
it's also
fresh.
new. I'm like, I can't pick just one thing.
It's so easy to watch too.
It is.
It's so easy.
I feel like it's just like all of the like the clubbing scenes right now and stuff, just all of the like LA, you know, like it's so good.
So good.
I think you guys can guess, but mine is Heidi strutting down to the interview in her beautiful white outfit. Okay.
I liked actually after the interview when she was strutting like all happy away. I thought she was so super cute. It was just
so
cute.
Cute.
She's adorable.
So much like confident. She's just so free spirited. I'm like, God, I love this, and I wish I had more of this energy.
I know. I wish she was still like that. I feel like some of that energy got sucked away from her.
Oh yeah,
or all of
Definitely.
it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening and watching with us this week on the Millennial TeaV podcast. Please subscribe or follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever streaming platform you're listening to us on. We'd love to hear your comments as you're watching along with us, so send us an email at millennialtv@gmail.com, follow us on Instagram at millennialtv, or subscribe to us on YouTube. We're really hoping to grow our channel there, and we're going to be having tons of videos this season, so follow us there. This has been Adrienne, Candace, and Liz. Live your life with arms wide open. So come on, welcome us into your life. Bye!